Good morning everyone. My name is P. Raviteja. I am working as an assistant professor in EEE department in MLR Institute of Technology. Today I am going to discuss about basic electrical engineering subject. Okay, in this first when we are going to discuss about basic electrical engineering, so first we must know about electrical engineering. So our day-to-day life, there is many applications for the electrical engineering. To study EXCT, first we know about the applications of the electrical engineering. So in what are the fields of study for the electrical engineering are: first power sector, in control engineering sector, in electronics. There are numerous applications for the EXCT. So in power generation, we are in our day-to-day life we are using power for in every aspect of life, for electrical fans, lights, everywhere there is a need of EXCT. So now in control systems, I means aviation technology, in radars, anything in there also there is a usage of electrical EXCT. Okay, in making of integrated circuit microprocessors, in signals also, analyzing analysis of signals also there is a need of EXCT. So in telecommunication, computer, instrumentation, everywhere there is a need of electrical engineering. So in this I am now going to discuss DC circuit. For this is especially for the first year students. So in this BEE basic first unit is DC circuits. So what is the outcomes from this first unit? In this we will discuss about what are the basic definitions of the circuits and types of sources, Kirchhoff laws, what are the theorems for the analysis of the circuit with the DC excitation. So what is the transient response of the RL and RC circuits with the DC excitation. So before going to this concept, we must know about what is EXCT, what is charge, current, voltage, power and energy. So now what is charge? In our universe, in an atom there are nucleus are there. In this nucleus it consists electrons, protons and neutrons. So the neutron charge is minus 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. So this is the quantity of the electric charge for the 1 coulomb is 6.25 into 10 power 18 electrons. Okay, so what type of charges are there? One is electron and one is proton, one is neutron. In this, electron is a negative charged particle and proton is a positive charged particle and neutron is a no charge. So when in this these charges properties are two same polarity charges are will oppose or repel each other. Opposite charges will be attract each other. So from this, after this, what is electric current? So what is electric current? We know about the charge, means we know about the electrons. So when this electron is in motion or this electron moves from one place to another place, this movement of electron causes the flow of current, electric current. So rate of flow of electric current, the electric charges or rate of flow of electrons is called electric current. So this electric current will flow whenever the electrons will flow from one place to another place within certain time. So this is called electric current. So see here, the formula for the electric current is I equal to charge by time. Means, so number of electrons, few electrons are there. These electrons here, in t time this moves from here to here. Then we call it as current is flowing in conductor. So what is conductor? First we must know about conductor. So types of materials are there in our universe. Those are conductors, insulators and semiconductors. Conductors, semiconductors and insulators. So insulate will not allow the electric current through it, and Insulate conductors allow the current through it. Semiconductor basing on the situation which will allow and it does not allow the current. Basing on the conditions are there. When we are discussing about semiconductor, I will explain that one. Now I will discuss about electric current through the conductors. In conductor, there are number of electrons are there. In a conductor, electron move from one place to another place in a time, in a particular time. So electrons means it is a charge, and t time means t. So rate of flow of charges is called electric current. That is I equal to q by t. Units are amperes or coulomb per seconds. Okay. So what is ampere? So it is a unit for the current. So we can define in another way, that is an ampere is the number of electrons having total number of charges 1 coulomb moving through the giving cross section in 1 second. So it is defined that current flows in the conductor. Okay. Now we will discuss about circuit. Circuit is a closed path. It consists closed path. It connects with the elements of the electrical systems. So what are those elements? I will discuss in further. I will discuss about what are the elements in the electric circuit. Okay. So in this I am showing here one circuit. In this, battery, wire, resistor is there. So these are connected. These are cumulatively form a circuit. So this electric circuit is an interconnection of all electrical elements linked together in a closed path. So that if there is a closed path, there is a continuity in the current. Means current will start from battery and it ends at it flowing through the wire and it flowing through the resistor and next reaches to the battery and either terminal. This is called closed path. If there is no closed path, if wire is cut at any point, current will not flow. That is called open circuit. Okay. Next, see here, I1 is the rate of flow of charge from A to B, and I2 is the current flowing from B to A. So I1 equal to minus I2. So now we know about the electric current. In our supply system, electrical supply system, there are two types of supply systems are there. That is AC supply system and DC supply system. AC supply system and DC supply system. So what is AC supply system? What is DC supply system? In DC means direct current. Means the magnitude of the current is constant throughout the system at any point of time. So current is constant. So the current is called direct current. Alternating current is the current. It is alternating, means alternating, varying current. So it changes its magnitude and direction at regular intervals of time. That is called alternating current. Now in this unit we will discuss about the direct current, and basing on the direct current which circuits are there which we will discuss in this unit. Okay. After this I am going to explain about voltage. So already I said that whenever charge is flows from here to here in t time, then I call it as a current. How it is flowing? What I said, current is flowing from here to here. Okay, so it is flowing. Rate of flow of electrons is called current. How it is flowing? So then there is a need of force or energy to move the electron from here to here. How it is flowing? Due to some force. That force is called voltage. So that is called driving force for the electric current between the 2 points. Okay, rate of flow of current is called current. Rate of flow of charges or electrons is called current. How it is flowing? With the help of the force. That force is called voltage. Okay, see here VA, one element is there, A, B. Okay, so A is the potential or voltage at the point A. VB is the potential at point B. Okay, so this is the voltage definition and formula. So when I will explain in detail here, what I said, whenever current Current is called when electrons are there is a change in the position or change in rate of change of electrons is called current. So how these electrons are flowing with the help of the force. So that force is applying on the charge, means F by Q. Then what happened? The charge moved from here to here, means it travelled some distance S. So F into S by Q, that is called F into S means work done by charge. So voltage we can also define as work done on the charge, that is called voltage. Our units are joules per coulomb or volts. Here, what is power? So we know about electric current, we know about the voltage. Then we will define about the power, electric power. So what is power? Means rate of doing work is called power. What is rate of doing work? Rate means time. Okay, time. In this time, how much amount of work is we are doing? This is called power. Power equal to W by T. I will tell you one example. Power is depend upon the time. How much time? So two persons are there. One he has to travel 1 kilometer. A and B, two persons are there. A has to travel 1 kilometer and B also travel 1 kilometer. So A travels 1 kilometer within 30 minutes. In 13 minutes, and B takes 1 hour, 60 minutes. That is. So who is having power? More power? We can say it as A. Why? Because it is depend upon the time taken to do work. So basing on that one, we will do who is having power. So power in power calculations is time is important. So P equal to W by T. Here time, rate of doing work. I will explain at the time of energy. I will explain what is the difference between the power and energy. Which in our domestic meters are there in our homes. That meter will consume power or energy. I will explain in detail at the time of energy explanation. So what are the units for the power? Power is units are joule per second or watt. Now this is the circuit schematic example for the power. Here battery is there, switch is there, lamp is there. So in this way battery supplies to the lamp. So lamp consumes the power and it glows. So now I will explain the types of elements which are there in our electrical engineering. Okay, here active and passive elements. Types of elements are active and passive elements, linear and non-linear elements, unilateral and bilateral elements, lumped and distributed elements. What is active and passive elements? So active elements means the active elements which are having capable of generating the energy or power is called active elements. Example, voltage sources or current sources. These are the active elements, means which generates or supplies the energy. So those are called active elements. And passive elements, it is opposite to the active elements. So passive element means which consumes the electrical energy. In those examples for the passive elements are R, L, C, means inductor, resistor, inductor, capacitor. Now next one, linear and non-linear elements. Linear elements means simply we can say that the elements which are having the linear characteristics. What are linear characteristics? So linear characteristics is called as the characteristics of a element which are flowing through the origin and having constant slope. Those are called linear elements. So linear element example is R, L, C, resistor, inductor, capacitor. Once again I am saying this, linear elements are the elements which are having characteristics going through the origin, passing through the origin and having the constant slope. Non-linear means it is opposite to the linear, means which are having non-linear properties because the properties, the characteristics are not passing through the origin, okay, and having if some elements having characteristics passing through the origin but do not have constant slope. So this is the condition for linear elements passing through the origin and having constant slope. This is the condition for the linear elements. Next, unilateral and bilateral element. Unilateral means the element property will change whenever the current direction is changing. So for any element, we are supplying the current from one side to supplying the current from one side to another side, and next I will reverse the terminals of the battery. Then the properties will not change. Then we can call it as bilateral. Simply we can say that the elements which are allows currents in both the directions is called bilateral. Bi means two. And what about unilateral? The elements which allows the current in only one direction is called unilateral elements. Next, lumped and distributed elements. Lumped means small circuits. So the elements in the small circuits we can remove those elements, we can add the elements. So those type of elements are called lumped elements. What are distributed elements? Distributed means we cannot separate the elements. In transmission lines, in electrical transmission line, there is a occurrence of the RLC. So we cannot see with our eyes. So we cannot separate them from circuits. Okay, so that those are called as distributed elements. Lumped element means our circuit elements, we can remove the elements and we can add the elements easily. Okay, these are the types of elements which are very important to analyze the overall circuit element, over our electrical engineering. Okay, now circuit elements, see here: diode, capacitor, inductor, resistor. This is source, DC voltage source, AC voltage source. So I already told the two types of sources are there. So how we indicate with the DC source? So that is DC voltage source, that is a symbol of the DC voltage source, and next AC voltage source, that is a symbol of the source of the AC supply system. Next, AND gate, NAND gate, OR gate, NOR gate, XOR gate, inverter. These are all are the electronic component symbols. Okay. Now here I will explain in this which are active elements, which are passive elements, which are linear elements, okay, which are lumped elements, which I will explain here. See here, in diode it allows the current in only one direction. It called it as unilateral element, and it consumes the power. So it is a passive element and unilateral element. Next, non-linear element. When we see the characteristic of the diode, it does not having the constant slope characteristics. It passes through the origin, but it does not have constant slope. So this is the example for the non-linear, passive, unilateral element. Capacitor is having, it is a linear element and passive element because it stores the energy. So it is a passive element. Okay, it bilateral. We can change the terminals of the capacitor, but it allows the current through it. So it is a passive element, bilateral element, and linear element. Inductor also same. RLC are the same: passive, bilateral, linear elements. So these three will appear in the lumped and distributed. So we can see the resistor in normal form. So these are available in our labs, and also this inductor, capacitor, and resistor will occur in the transmission line. We cannot see by our eyes. Next, DC source is there. DC source means it supplies, what is DC source means? It supplies a DC voltage, that is a symbol, plus minus symbols are there. So for DC source there is a plus minus symbol is there. For AC source there is no symbol for the AC source. So DC voltage source supplies the voltage with constant magnitude, and AC voltage does not have constant magnitude. The magnitude of the voltage varies along with the magnitude and direction with respect to time. Okay, these are the resistors. See here, resistors. What is resistor? And next, this is the symbol. This is the drawing of the resistor, which is having layers. What are those layers? I will explain now. See here, resistors. So resistor, it is a passive element. What is the property of that element? Resistor is a element and resistance is the property. Resistor is a element, resistance is the property. Okay, so in this, what is property of the resistor is resistance. So resistance is the property of a element that opposes the or impedes the, means opposes the flow of current. Okay, it opposes the flow of current through it. The units for the resistor is ohms. Units for the resistor is ohms. Now, what is resistivity? The ability of a resistor or material, it resists the current flow. That ability is called resistivity. These units are ohm meter. Okay, so resistivity of a copper is very less because copper is a good conductor. Okay, for glass it is a insulator, so resistivity of glass is high. So this is in this is the resistor diagram. So it consists bands on the resistor. Those bands, color bands are there. So those color band decides the value of the resistor. See here. So black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, white, grey, white, gold, silver. So gold, silver are the tolerance values because the value will changes between this tolerance value. So we can easily remember by one notation is there, that is BB Roy goes to Bombay via Gateway. By this we can easily remember those notations, which is 0, which is 1, we can easily remember. So if black is there, that is 0. If brown is there, that is 1. If orange is there, 3. Yellow is 4. Green 5. Blue 6. Violet 7. Grey 8. White 9. So basing on this color coding, we can decide the value of the resistor. Okay. So now Ohm's law, very important and basic law in the electrical engineering. Sir Isaac Ohm is formulated the one relation between the voltage and current. Voltage and current. So what is that relation? That relation is a current flowing through the circuit is directly proportional to the applied voltage. That is the relation. What is the relation between the current and voltage? Current flowing through the circuit is directly proportional to the applied voltage across the circuit. That one condition is there. That condition at a constant temperature. At constant temperature. That is Ohm's law. That is V equal to I into R. I equal to V by R. So see here, R is the resistance of the material or resistor. That is R equal to rho L by A. This is called physical formula of the resistor. Physical formula means L is the length of the conductor, rho is the resistivity of the conductor, A means area of cross section. Okay, na? So what is Ohm's law? When in a circuit, current flowing through the circuit is directly proportional to the voltage. Current flowing through the circuit is directly proportional to the voltage. So at constant temperature. So that I is directly proportional to V, I equal to V by R, V equal to I into R. This is Ohm's law. So in next class we will discuss about remaining elements, what are capacitors, inductor, what is the property of those capacitors and inductor, and energy stored in inductor. Next, what are the types of sources? Okay, thank you.